Welcome Wonders to Told You Woodcolors. My name is Jennifer and today we're going to be spending some time together. This is going to be a decent sized video, so I hope you are cozy, or I hope you have your favorite coloring book in front of you, chipping away at a whip, because I've got a decent stack of books that I want to go through with you today, and this is all for the amazing November Mad Tea Party 2025 hashtag. November is the month for Alice in Wonderland, and this year I have been asked to co-host this amazing event. This is something that was done last year in 2024, and I was asked by Jamie at Finding Joy in Colors to co-host this event with her, along with Rachel at Crafting Mama Bear and Julianne Annette Art. So I'll have all their channels listed and linked in my description below. We're all going to be participating in this event and hosting this event, but we're also all going to be doing our own bits and pieces of it as well. So it is important to go check their channels out to see if there's anything you're missing from anybody else's channel. You'll get to see what they're up to for the Alice in Wonderland month of November. So the books that I'm going to be showing you today are Alice inspired. These are going to be books where you can find Alice pages to participate in the November Mad Tea Party 2025 hashtag. They're going to be pages that you can find certain prompts to fill out our Alice bingo board for next month. We do have a hashtag that is create your own Wonderland and alter your coloring page to your own Wonderland. So I do have some pages picked out there just to give you guys some ideas of what you could do. And we do also have some color palettes to look forward to that are Alice inspired. And we have a couple PDFs by amazing illustrators that we'll be showing you guys once the month starts up. So many things to look forward to. But because we have so many books to go through today, we are going to dive right on in. The way that I set my books up was to prioritize the Alice in Wonderland pages first. So I pulled every book that I have a specific Alice in Wonderland page in, and then it leans more towards just the prompt side or an Alice feel. And I also pulled some books that don't really have anything to do with Alice in Wonderland, but you can twist it into the story. You can alter it into your own Wonderland. So first things first, I'm going to show the only Alice in Wonderland books that I have, and the first one being Escape to Wonderland. This is a recent book that I just got, and I am so excited to have this. It is such a beautiful book. I love the gold foiling on the front of the book. I love the size of the book. I love square books. If you've been around for a while, you know I love my square books. But it's just so simple and cute. That's the size of my hand compared to the book. So it's a really nice little tiny book. So yeah, flipping through here, obviously every page is going to be Alice inspired and be good to go for the hashtag that we're doing. You'll find some pages that have some prompts in them, or mostly all the prompts in them. We have some roses prompts for white or red flowers. They're two separate boxes on the bingo board. We have crown as one of the bingo board boxes, flamingo, heart, Cheshire cat. We have hedgehog. We have, what else do we have here? Cards, playing cards. So there's a bunch of prompts all in just this one page here, and we will be sharing that bingo board with you guys. It is already up and shown. Jamie shared an introduction video on her channel so far, and we have some Instagram posts going out. So that's why I say make sure you're subscribed and following everyone so that you get all the information and details that you need for this event. So clearly every page in this book is going to work. So that's Escape to Wonderland. That's illustrated by the Good Wives and Warriors. I do have this, it's a cute and cozy style book for Alice in Wonderland, Dreaming in Wonderland. This is by Pickles and Petals, but I would flag this illustrator. This is an AI coloring book, so I wouldn't get anything else from them. I wouldn't have even got this from them if I would have known it was AI generated. It is really cute, and I am showing it just because it's in my collection, and I do plan on coloring a page from it, but I don't want to promote AI coloring books, and I suppose that's exactly what I'm doing right now, but if I'm going to color in it, I'm going to share it. So that's that. And then I have this, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This is illustrated by Forrest Diver. And once again, it's an Alice book, so every page in here is going to work. Now, I didn't complete any pages in this book yet. I want to. I'm going to be coloring a page out of each of these top 3 books. I'm curious about the paper. It definitely feels very different from anything I've colored on before. It almost has like a newspaper, like a thick newspaper feel to it. So it's very interesting. So I do want to get in here and color one of these pages. I'm not sure which one it'll be yet. Oh my gosh, I adore him. But one of these pages, probably one that'll fit a bunch of prompts. I think I love these pictures because I love this part of the story when the bird just screams serpent at her. I think that's hilarious. So this one's really cool. It's like Majestic Alice. And the caterpillar. He's a neat illustration of the caterpillar. I discussed that in one of my later videos. Sometimes the caterpillar can be drawn really weird. And the Cheshire Cat too. Like sometimes they just go all out at making it look a little funky. But yeah, this one's super fun. So these are the only 3 Alice in Wonderland books specifically that I have in my collection. And then these next couple books are not Alice in Wonderland books, but they have very specific Alice in Wonderland pages in them. So one that you can find is in Fierce and Fantasy Faces by Hannah Lynn. And it would be this one here. So very clearly you can color her as Alice. She's got the bunny ears, the top hat, the roses, the mushrooms, the pocket watch, the cake that says eat me, the bottle that says drink me, playing cards, and the flamingo. And that checks off. Oh, and we got a teacup over here. So everything that I listed is one of the prompts from the bingo board. So you might get bingo coloring this. I'd have to double check how it's set up. But that is a decent amount of prompts in one page to check off. So it's up to you. If you want to color one page and only count one prompt, that's completely up to you. Or if you color a page with multiple prompts to check that all off. I think that's what everyone might do. That's what I would do, is to color a page and check all the prompts off that fit that page. And another Hannah Lynn book that I have is Enchanted Faces, and she has another Alice in Wonderland page in here as well. So there's Alice hanging out with the Cheshire Cat and the White Rabbit. So there are a couple things in here, the pocket watch and the playing cards. I tried to flag every page that had playing cards in them, because that was a tough prompt to find. So we have top hat, we have caterpillar. Caterpillar is one of the prompts. And that looks just about it for that page. But yeah, definitely Alice themed there. The next one that I had to show you is out of this Korean book, Desert Fox. This is the Warm Seasons book. And in this one, we have the desert fox falling down the hole with Cactus dressed as the bunny. So we have the pocket watch, the mushrooms, the top hat. We have playing cards. Teapot is one of the prompts. Teacup is another prompt. Book is another prompt. So we have a whole bunch of prompts on this page, and it's super sweet. So if you wanted to get a page done in this book and you haven't yet, now is the perfect time to get to this. This is a really cute page. Another one is out of the Eerie Fairy Tales book. Do I have 2 marked? I'm not sure. Oh, nope, that's the one I'm working on now. Cinderella. So both of these pages here could work for Alice in Wonderland. So we have the dresses in the shop, like it looks like the Queen of Hearts wardrobe over there, and then we have the tea party setup here. So that's really sweet. I'm not sure if it continues either way. No, so it's just these 2 pages here in the Eerie Fairy Tales book. So those are both really fun. And of course, Kirby Roseanne's Dark Fairy Tales. We have, I think, 4 Alice in Wonderland pages in here. If you want to count this as 1, then there would only be 3. But this is a double page spread of Alice falling down into the rabbit hole, and there are a slew of prompts hiding in this mass of a hole that she's falling down into. So the playing cards are all throughout. We have the pocket watch, we have caterpillar, we have Cheshire Cat, mushrooms, top hat, rabbit is a prompt. So a bunch of prompts that you can check off there as well. Let me see, do we have any teacups or teapots? I'm not seeing any. They could be in there, but those would be prompt as well. Oh, crown, if I didn't say that already, crown is a prompt. So lots of great prompts in there, and it's a wonderful page to color. And then we have these 2. So we have the Queen of Hearts, and we have the Mad Hatter, absolutely off his bonkers, and a couple prompts that can be marked off. I think for the Queen, we could just mark off the crown and heart. And then over here we have the pocket watch, the teacup, and the teapot. And this is a rabbit, so we can mark him off as well as a prompt. And I think that's it. So wonderful pages there to be colored for Alice. These next 2 books that I'm going to show are very, very, very similar to Alice, but not specifically exactly Alice in Wonderland. So the one that I pulled was out of Midnight Masquerade, and this is the one where she illustrates a page showing a girl with hearts on both ends. So it doesn't specifically say queen, like the Q, but she's wearing a crown and she's got the hearts. So I would picture her as the Queen of Hearts. And then we have, it looks like the Queen of Spades next to her, which I love. So you could color this page and it would count for the prompts heart and crown. And you could definitely include that too for the November Mad Tea Party hashtag as well. So that would work. And then the other one that I chose was Shooting Star. There are a bunch of pages in here of a small girl in a field of large flowers all throughout this book. So I could have picked a bunch of pages, but I just went in picking 2. And the first couple that I chose, both of these would work. It almost seems like this is little Alice and the Cheshire Cat is guiding her through Wonderland. So you could color him like the Cheshire Cat. That would mark off one of the prompts, and then we have mushrooms as well. But very, very Alice-esque in my opinion. And then the next one that I flagged was this girl here. She does have butterfly wings and antlers, but it's the singing flowers that really got to me. So you don't see that very often at all in coloring books. And this is something that you could possibly also like alter your page for and add things in the background. There's plenty of room to do magical things with this page. So I did pick that one as well. And then once again, these next few aren't really specifically Alice in Wonderland, but they definitely seemed on theme enough. So I did grab some Lulu Mayo books for this. This is A Million Puppies by Lulu Mayo. And she illustrated this page here, which very clearly looked like the teacup ride. So we have the teacups going all around the teapot in the center of the page. So that just automatically makes you think of Alice in Wonderland. So that would check off 2 prompts there for the teacup and the teapot. And then we do have little bitty itty hearts over here. So that's another prompt that you could check off. And I was going to see if any of these creatures was wearing a top hat, but I don't believe they are. So maybe just those 3 prompts for this page, but it is a really excellent double page spread. Oh, and I realized there are hearts on the teapot in the center too. So they're always hiding somewhere. That one was kind of clear in sight, but the next one is out of A Million Owls by Lulu Mayo, and this page here has this rabbit in a waistcoat with his clock watch, and it just looked like they're traveling down to the rabbit hole to Wonderland. I don't know, that's just what I thought of just because of him. So we have the mushrooms, we have the pocket watch, not much else going on for the prompts. So we do have roses over here, so you could make those white or red, and that would fit a prompt as well. So this is just very Alice in Wonderland feeling to me. But once again, alter your page. There's plenty of space to do so many things with this, so that would be really fun. And then this one back here has the rabbit with the teacup and the teapot on this majestic owl, so it's almost like you could turn her into a queen. And then over here you do have the top hat as well, so that would work for one of the prompts. So like I said, it's a stretch for Alice in Wonderland, but it does fit some of the prompts. Oh, even rabbit is a prompt. So you got these 3 here: rabbit, teacup, teapot. So that would work. And the next book is out of A Million Cats, and this one here is just a tea party. I think it's so sweet. So again, very loose interpretation connecting to Alice in Wonderland, not very specific at all, but you have your teapots and your teacups, you have a top hat here, and you even have a rabbit hanging out in one of the teacups there. So that's 4 prompts that would go towards the bingo board just on this page, and it's so fun. And if you turned this cat coming out of the teapot here into Cheshire Cat, he would count as a prompt as well. So very fun and cute. All right, so that was the stack of books that I could find that was Alice in Wonderland books, Alice in Wonderland inspired pages, and loose interpretations of Alice in Wonderland, in my opinion. The next stack of books I'm going to show you is a mixture of prompts that you can find for the bingo board, and there might be some pages I slipped in with this pile that would be good for altering your pages. So keeping with the Lulu Mayo books, I did pull A Million Little Monsters, and the one that I flagged was this teacup here. So that's definitely one of the prompts, and then I just love how it has the clubs, the spade, and the diamond along with it around the rim of the saucer. So that was really fun, and it's a good page to color if you're not really thrilled about the Alice in Wonderland aspect of it. It's still a page that you could color that's on theme for like fall, and you could still count it towards the hashtag if you wanted to. So that's a good one. And A Million Kittens here. I do have a couple picked out of this book, probably because they're busier scenes, so they have more prompts to color throughout them. or probably just because I really love this book. Let me zoom you in just a little bit. All right, so we're in a little bit closer. I should have done that a little bit ago. So on this page specifically, you could color this cat as the Cheshire Cat, and that would go towards the prompt. And then we have mushroom, we have hedgehog, which is a prompt, and we have a caterpillar up here. So you have several prompts on this page, and like I said, it's not very Alice in Wonderland specific if you don't make it that way. So if you just wanted to color this to color it, you could still put that towards the bingo board and have that count for the prompts. This one here, we have teacup, hedgehog, heart, Cheshire Cat, and we have sweets down here. So some of the prompts are either like a bottle with drink me on it, or a sweet or a cake with eat me on it. So you could add a tag. So anywhere where I saw sweets, I had that idea of just adding a little tag to it that says eat me. So yeah, a bunch of different prompts for this one. It's such a sweet page. I love this book. And then this one here, we have the cat, we have rabbit, we have mushroom in the background here, we have books, because that's a prompt, mouse is another prompt, and this is not necessarily a top hat. I think the top hat has to be like square round. Is this a bowler hat? A bowler, I don't know. I don't wear them. I don't I think that's what it is. So I don't know if that would count or not. I already said book. We have book down here. So yeah, sometimes when you look at these pages, you could just stare at them for forever looking for the prompts. But here's hedgehog down here, cat. So there are 2 prompts there. We have mouse up here in the corner, mouse. And on this page, what do we have? Mushroom, cat. So just a couple prompts. I think I was trying to pick pages that like weren't Alice in Wonderland at all, if you really aren't into it but still fit with a couple of the prompts, just in case you wanted to see if you could get bingo without being Alice specific. But there are some of the prompts there for A Million Kittens. Next up, A Million Baby Animals, and the one that I picked here, oh my gosh, I love this page. It's with the hedgehogs. We have teacup, we have heart, and we have caterpillar. So a couple prompts on this page too. Oh, and rabbit. So rabbit would count as well. So it's just such a sweet page. This one, you know what, I'm keeping a tag on this. This is an untouched coloring book for me so far, so I would love to get to that. The next book that I have is A Million Llamas, and the pages that I chose for this one was this one here. I flagged this one specifically because of the flamingo. The flamingo was pretty sparse in my collection, so I did decide to flag almost any page I could come across with a flamingo, so we have him there. And if you do end up with coloring this double page, you have a couple other prompts. So we've got rabbit, we have cat, if you color it like the Cheshire Cat, and heart up here. So I think it's really cool that this hot air balloon has the card symbols on them. So yeah, and if I look further, I might be able to find others. But so you have a couple there, but the flamingo was the one that I really wanted to point out there. And then this one here I picked because, again, it's going off the theme of like the teacup ride, because we have the Ferris wheel over here and the Helter Skelter over here. So because those are rides, this also goes in theme with the rides. And we also do have rabbit. You could make it an unbirthday party because he has a present. So if you create this into an unbirthday party, maybe you want to put party hats on some of the guys, that's one of the prompts as well. for the bingo board, and then we have a cat sliding down the slide here. So, oh, and up here. So that's a prompt as well. And then the last one I had picked was this one here. So this one, we have the roses that could be done red or white. We have rabbit, we have mushrooms, and I think that's everything. But I think I decided that I wanted to do this page specifically for my color palette that was chosen for me. So I might pop that up on the screen. I might not. It's on my it's on Instagram what color palette was chosen for me to do. Next up, A Million Magical Creatures, and the ones chosen was the dodo bird. Now the dodo is also a prompt for the bingo bird, and for the bingo board. And I didn't find very many dodos at all. I think this is the only one I found. Maybe I found one more. But yeah, this is it. So if you have a million magical creatures and you just need a dodo bird, here's where you can find it. You could also cross off hearts for this page as well. And I think that's, oh, there's a cat. So you could color him like the Cheshire Cat. So you got 3 prompts there. But yeah, oh, and a top hat for 4 prompts. There you go. So that's a good page to do. Your dodo bird. I'm gonna keep that flag just in case. And then this one here, one of the prompts is also keyhole. So I thought this was excellent because it almost gives, oh, you can't even really see that well. This is excellent because it's almost like you can picture yourself in Alice's position looking through to Wonderland and seeing this through the door. I think that is such an awesome perspective. So maybe for an alter your page idea, if this is something that you're not keen on at all to color, you could technically like collage over the image in the background, and you could put whatever you wanted inside of this keyhole to make it your own Wonderland, and that would work perfect for create your Wonderland hashtag. But if you absolutely want to color this page exactly as is, then you wouldn't want to do that. So it's just an idea. So that is a really neat page to have. Also, another thing that I was thinking of was if you found a page somewhere else that you really, really love, and it makes you think of what you would want your Wonderland to look like, then you could just draw a keyhole like this on top of the page that you love as your Wonderland, and then black out all around it and color the inside. And that would be altering your page as well. Ideas. And then in A Million Sea Creatures, we have the teacups here. So it kind of feels a little off season to be coloring in a sea creature book in the wintertime. I mean, it's fall. It feels like winter. It's very cold today. But we do have the teacups and the teapot for this page here. So just an option for this book if you wanted to get into it, and then this one here. If you're an aquatic person, you live by the sea, this is your life, you know. So once again, if you wanted to put a little keyhole over this page and have this be your Wonderland because you live by the sea, you live in the sea, you are part of the sea, then this would be very likely what your Wonderland would look like. So we do have teacup and cat and heart for prompts in here as well. So it still works if you wanted to just color this as the page itself. You could, and it would fit for those 3 prompts. So there's that one. The next book that I chose was my Tiny Forest coloring book, and I didn't flag any pages in this book because almost every single page has at least 3 prompts to it, so I would have been tagging a lot. Mouse is a prompt, teacup is a prompt, book is a prompt, rabbit is a prompt. They're just scattered throughout this whole book. Hedgehog is a prompt. So it just goes on and on and on with these critters. Here's a teapot with teacups, mouse, hedgehog. So a lot of these pages will fit for at least 2 to 3 prompts each. Mouse, rabbit, mushroom. So it's just a really good book. It's a great book to color for fall too, and it's a great book to color for one of the prompts. You could create as an unbirthday party, so that's really fun. Just a whole bunch of ideas that you could do with this. So My Tiny Forest, you cannot go wrong coloring a page out of this book for the month of November. I do have Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo, and I think this was just out of order because of the size of the book. But here we have a tea party, so the teacups, the top hat, the cat, the roses. Do we have, oh, here's hedgehog, and then you could stick the little note in here for the eat me symbol, so that would count as a prompt as well. So lots happening on this page, and it's super adorable. And then this one here, this is one that I chose for an Alter Your Wonderland page. So it does go with prompts mushroom and roses, but you could also alter this. So if your Wonderland has fairies in it, then you would create this page to look like your world of fairies. So that's a great page for that. And then this one here is a great page for some more prompts. We have the cat, books, rabbit, mushrooms, and I think that's a heart. There's a heart on the book there and on her clothes. So this is a good one for some prompts. Oh, they're inside of a heart. Look at that. So yeah, oh, this book is so sweet. I definitely need to color a page out of this ASAP. This book here should have been in my first stack of books where I listed specific Alice pages. So this is Petite Poupées, and if I'm saying that right, and there are a couple Alice in Wonderland pages in here. I flagged so many pages that I ran out, so I didn't tag these because I knew I would be able to find them relatively quickly. So we have the Cheshire Cat here. He works perfect. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet. I might do that one. I just love it so much. But because he's my favorite, I kind of want to save him for last. He might be the last page I color in this book. So Alice and the Roses must be up here further. So I know they're the 2 singing roses, and there's at least 1 Alice page. I thought there were 2, but maybe just 1. So here are the roses. That counts for a prompt. And here's Alice with Dinah. So this counts just for the prompt hearts, but it is Alice in Wonderland, so it goes right towards that hashtag. So that should have been with the first stack of books. And then I absolutely had to pick a page out of here, so this might be a stretch. I flagged these over the last couple days, so some of these I forget what I picked. So I'm just as surprised as you guys. So the cutest of cute amigurumi critters. This is illustrated by Kay Camaro. And the one I chose, oh, it was the flamingo. Yes, because the flamingos were hard to find. So flamingo works for one of the prompts, and so does crown. So you have 2 prompts there, and you have some hearts on the side. So there's another prompt. So we get 3 prompts out of this page. And like I said, if you're not feeling on Alice theme, this you could color and it would still work. Although this is more of a summer themed page, so probably not, but it is a flamingo and it's so cute. I'm tempted to leave this flag in just to see if I can get to it. It's just so cute. I love coloring in this book. Okay, so we're jumping to, let me zoom out. we're jumping to a couple of my Camila Angelkova books. And I say a couple because I have another stack of books to go through after this one. And they're just a little bit different. So out of 50 ocean miniatures, for the ocean lovers out there who want their Wonderland to be in the ocean, this would be a really cool page for you guys. It is a little tea party setup. So we had the teacup and the teapot. So I picked this just in case you didn't want to be on fall theme, or you didn't want your Wonderland on land. You had your Wonderland underwater. So I picked this page for all you aquatic peeps out there. In 50 diminutive summer scenes to color, I picked this one here. This one just made me think of the house that the White Rabbit lives in. So when Alice goes in, eats one of the treats and just explodes in his house. But we also do have the prompts for the roses going up the side, and if you colored this like the Cheshire Cat, oh my gosh, that would just be so cool. I think I might do this one. I'm gonna say that about all of them. And I told myself, you know what, Jen, you don't have to color all the Alice pages. You can color a couple and move on, but I'm just so excited. Can you tell? It's a really sweet idea to do that. And I can just picture him like the Cheshire Cat so easily, just hanging out, causing no trouble at all, right? So yeah, that's really cool. And then I did choose a couple out of 50 farmers miniatures for this one. I picked this guy here. It fits for the prompts hedgehog and heart. But I just thought it had a really cool Alice in Wonderland story or approach to it. Like, he is a worker in the kingdom of the Queen of Hearts castle grounds land, and his job is to pick the apples from the trees. I don't know, like, that's just what I picture, because he has his little heart here, so he's working for the queen. So that's just what I think of when I see this page, so that fits. And then this hedgehog here, so he's just a cutie. So a hedgehog would work, and then we do have prompt for keyhole, so keyhole would work for this as well. Camila Angelkova has a bunch of doors in her illustrations, and most all of them have keyholes. So if you're looking for keyhole, Camila Angelkova is a good place to look. I know it's not the season, but I did find really great pages out of 50 spring miniatures, and this is one of them. So we have a really, really great mushroom setup here. So you could color this with autumn colors and it would work really well. The door here is in the shape of a heart, so that fits for another prompt. And then we have keyhole, so that fits for another prompt as well. So you could color that like fall. And then this little scene was so perfect as well. I could just picture these tiger lilies here singing, doing their little song that they do in Wonderland. And then we had the teapot, teacup, and we have a heart in the chair. So this one was really, really neat. And I'm just gonna keep a tag on it, you know, for no purpose at all. All right, I had to choose a page out of 50 space-themed miniatures. I do plan on coloring this page for sure. I am part of a space-themed group on Instagram hosted by Candace from Happy Catastrophe. So I plan to color in this book every other month. So I colored in it for Space-Tember, took a break in October, and then I want to get in and color this on birthday party for this alien here. It looks very specific, like a birthday party, but she's celebrating a little bit early, so it's still her unbirthday. And then she does have a heart on her head here, so it does fit for one of the prompts at least. So she's a cutie. I'll be coloring her. And then 50 diminutive country scenes to color. Again, this goes off of the idea of this is the White Rabbit's house. So not very much prompt specific, but this is more of a page to alter if you wanted to test your skills and actually draw a big Alice coming out of this house. That would be so cool. If you don't want to test your skills and you just want to print out Alice and collage her into the scene, you could do that and it would still be altering the page. But I thought this little cottage was just so cool for that idea. It's set up so nicely and there's plenty of space to play with around the page to alter it into that Alice in Wonderland vibe. So that's good. There are a bunch of cottages in these diminutive scene books by Camila Angelkova, so it doesn't have to be that specific page. There are a bunch of them to go around, so you could collage Alice in anywhere. It's just that front one, that main one, it's this one actually, just looks like his house specifically, so really cool. All right, some pages that kind of feel like an Alice theme, but not necessarily, is this one here. This page just, it really makes me think of when Alice cries her heart out and all the creatures are floating in Wonderland then. So we do have the prompt teapot and mouse, so you could check 2 off there. And yeah, I don't know what you would do. If maybe you're not interested in coloring this page, you could continue the water over here and just collage like an Alice scene or your Wonderland over here and have this page just flow right into the next and have it be Alice in Wonderland inspired. If that's just something that you're not interested to color over here and you just want to extend the scene over, I think that would be a really, really neat way to do that. And then with this one here, sometimes people like to name their pages after they color it. Sometimes people like to put a little story to their page. So I thought this one would be a really cool page to put an Alice in Wonderland story to. So this could be Alice after she overtakes the Queen of Hearts and she's sitting there with the crown, you know, and she has the key to Wonderland. And then the prompts would be mushroom and crown. Not much else for prompts on this page, but it did give me an Alice feel when I looked at it. So that was really cool. And then this one here. So we have mushroom, rabbit, and crown on this page. So crown was another one that was kind of iffy for me to find. There are plenty to go around, but just this vibe here gives an Alice in Wonderland feel to it. So I did flag that one. Next up, I have Wild Summer, and this one, I am pretty sure that these are cranes, I think, instead of flamingos. I don't think they're flamingos now. I had to look at it for a while. And then I think I decided it wasn't a flamingo because usually they're drawn with like black on the tip of their beaks here. But if you wanted to color this like a flamingo, you definitely could. And you could slap that right on the bingo box. And then this one here, definitely, it makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, even though it's not that way at all, really. It just makes me think of it because of the way he's turning into the yarn. It just makes me think of when the Cheshire Cat disappears slowly in ringlets like that. So I thought that was cool, and the way we have a miniature girl up here on the twig, it just really gives an Alice in Wonderland feel to it. So I did tag this one. It's definitely something that I would include in the November Mad Tea Party hashtag. Next is my mythographic aviary book. This is illustrated by Joseph Kattenbang, and I don't think I said it before, but the Wild Summer book was illustrated by Joseph Kattenbang as well. And the page that I chose for this one is very much so a flamingo. So this one is really super cool, and oh, wouldn't it just be so brilliant to color that one? It really would. So we're just going to keep that in there for possibility's sake. And see if we can get to it. It's very beautiful, so yeah. The next one that I have is Leon's Journey. This is by Kanoko Gusa. And this book is actually really perfect if you wanted to get a bunch of prompts done in a shorter amount of time, because all the little miniatures in this book have a lot of prompts in them. So I did pick out a couple of them. And this one would be Pocket Watch. And this is just in case, like, you just want to color this scene here, you could color it and count it for the pocket watch. And that's just an off prompt. You don't see a pocket watch everywhere. So I did tag that page specifically for the pocket watch. And then on this page here, I flagged it for a couple different prompts. We have teacups up here with mice, so there are 2 prompts there. We have mushrooms, so that's another prompt. We have rabbit, and umbrella is also another prompt. So this would count for a couple different ones. And then the next one that I flagged was this one down here with the playing cards. So once again, anytime that I saw playing cards, I flagged the page because they're not in a lot of places. So if you just wanted to color this little scene, you'd be able to check off that box on the bingo board. Next up, I have Secret Invitation, and this one could be a little bit of a stretch. This is just mainly for the prompts, but it also does look like an unbirthday party scene. So you could color this as an unbirthday party if you wanted to, and we have a bunch of different things scattered about. So we have the teacup, we have the playing cards, we have rabbit. You could color the treats as the Eat Me treats and include that, and the rose bushes back here. So the roses could be counted as well. So I don't think anything else, but if you do this for unbirthday party too, that is another prompt. So that one's really, really neat to color. I just had to show this book, Cats, and I didn't flag anything in this book just because cat is a prompt and there's just cats everywhere. But this is the one that specifically just makes me think of Alice in Wonderland. So if you wanted to color this cat bush as like the purple and pink colors as the Cheshire Cat, that would be so cool and different. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch of cats everywhere. So if you colored a page in this book, that would count. And then there are a couple other places where you'll see other prompts as well. I know there were top hats. Here's teacup and teapot. And let's see. I definitely know that there were top hats somewhere. Here we go. I love this page. It's just so fun. So yeah, a couple prompts here and there throughout this book, and I just had to show it. But cats, cats, and more cats. Here's a prompt, books. So you could color that page. And oh, this is so cool too. That's the Red Queen. But yeah, that is that. Cats. In Colors of Daydreams by Nicolette Delafray, we have a really great page here that looks like you're about to enter into Wonderland. So you have this magnificent door. So here's a keyhole, and then you have roses all around it. So just 2 prompts for this page, but it is very Wonderland-like. So I really liked that one. And then this Creative Haven book here, Love by Marjorie Sarnett. This is perfect for the prompt heart, but then throughout the book there are other prompts as well. So I do have 2 flags, and one would be the Queen of Hearts. It's just absolutely perfect. So this one I thought would be a really cool page if you didn't want to color it specifically to all the lines. would be a good page for chaos coloring. So I might take a stab at that with this page here and get that one done. And then this one, it just made me think of Alice and Dinah before she goes to Wonderland. So yeah, this just gave me a really Alice vibe when I saw it. So Alice with her cat Dinah, and that would go just towards the November Mad Tea Party hashtag for 2025. All right, this book is A Year of Wonderment, and this is by Deborah Muller. And the page that I picked for this one has a flamingo in it, so it's very, very summer-like for sure, but I couldn't help but flag that flamingo just in case you needed a flamingo page. So there you have it in A Year of Wonderment. This one by R.J. Hampson, Forest Song, has several good ones in here, but the one that I picked to show you was Foxy Trouble. This one gives us prompt for mushroom, rabbit, and hedgehog, and if you color the flowers to red or white, that could count as well. So this one's really cute. I think I would want to, you know, possibly color that next month as well. And a page from Fantasy Tiny Homes by R.J. Hampson is really, really, really good for a whole bunch of prompts. So this page here, Mouse House, we have mouse as a prompt, we have keyhole, we have a clock, so that's stretching pocket watch, but you could count it, and then heart, and then books, we have teacup and teapot. So there's just a whole bunch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miss the books? About 7. Roughly 7 prompts on this page. So that's a really good one. And it's been a while since I colored in this book. So, you know, we're just gonna keep it tagged. And then Mini Mania Volume 1 by Gabby Wolf. This is another book that is really excellent for any page could fit a prompt. There are just rabbits everywhere. But the one that I picked out was this one here. So we have rabbit, mushroom, keyhole, book, heart, and I think that might be it. But yeah, I thought that one fit a whole bunch of prompts and might be able to get that one colored. There are other pages in here that are very autumnal. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to come in and do a different one or not. I think there was one back here, the tree stomp. I think this is the one that I really wanted to color, but I wanted to show you the first one first because it had a whole bunch of prompts in it. But this one has mushrooms, heart, rabbit, cat in it. So you still have 4 prompts on this page. Yeah, and it's more autumn-like, so I think I really want to color that one. Oh yeah, I have it flagged already, so there's that. All right, so this next stack of books is the last stack of books. We're moving along pretty well. And this stack is still a mix of finding prompts, but it's more on the heavy side of altering your color page. So here we get into pages that don't really fit Alice in Wonderland, but it could be stretched and morphed into your own Wonderland. Now, your own Wonderland isn't going to or doesn't have to look like Wonderland. Some of the pages that I chose just make me think of Wonderland itself, but it gives you ideas of how to alter different pages possibly. So we'll get through them. So I did pick Mythographic Fantasy Forest. This is by Fabiana Attanasio. And this one here is just a world of whimsy. So in any of these pages, you could alter it or morph it into your own Wonderland. So there are just so many pages here of, you know, different worlds and things. And again, to take it to that twist of maybe if you wanted to draw a keyhole over the page and peek into what your Wonderland would look like, you could do that with a lot of these pages. And some of them do fit the prompts too. So here we have a hedgehog with mushrooms. So yeah, I just picked this book in particular because it's just very magical and different, and it has that wonder-like feel to it. So if you just need an idea of what you might want to put in your Wonderland, then this is a good book to go to for inspiration. Next, I have Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlson. And this first one here, this still goes on theme with like my thinking of what Wonderland would be. So we have Wonderland here and the Cheshire Cat up in the tree with his crown. So you could color him like the Cheshire Cat, and that would go towards the prompts for the bingo board. And then this page here, I just automatically think of Alice with the Cheshire Cat. So if you color him like the Cheshire Cat, you would have Cheshire Cat and heart for your prompts, and it would just make an amazing double page spread for Alice in Wonderland. So I absolutely love that. Back into Camila Angelkova. This is 50 Vacation Miniatures. And I picked this page because, like in Daydreams with the mice in the kettle, this one reminded me of like the characters floating in Alice's tears, floating to the land of wonder. The land of wonder. Wonderland. So yeah, it just made me think of that. So this is something simple that you would want to color up and then create a Wonderland scene behind him. I just thought that was so cool. So he made me think of those little characters floating on by while Alice is stuck in a bottle. In 50 dragon themed miniatures, I do believe. Okay, yep. So this is just another idea to give you to alter a page for your Wonderland. So this one in general, if you love dragons and you want dragons in your Wonderland, is a good page to alter because you have a bunch of space to work with. But it also gives you ideas too to maybe alter a different page and just add butterfly wings to a different creature if you wanted to. If you love two different animals and one being a butterfly, you could put butterfly wings on your other favorite animal and morph it into one. So yeah. And then this also makes me think of in the movie, when she's walking by and she sees the bread and butterflies going by, it just made me think of that, even though they're dragonflies. Get it? So yeah, it just made me think of that. So it just very Alice. But yeah, this is a good page that you could either alter or take inspiration from. All right, and then 50 Easter miniatures. All right, what are we doing? What is Jen gonna show us now? This one. Okay, so hear me out. So I had an idea when I saw this page, and it was if you're creating your own Wonderland, just seeing them in the basket, it made me think of drawing a basket in the background and having like just a sign hanging from it that said "This way to Wonderland." So if you're altering a page and it has a big sky in your scene, it would be really cool to have maybe a hot air balloon just holding up a sign with an arrow that says "This way to," and then whatever you want to name your Wonderland. It doesn't even have to be called Wonderland. You could put on the sign, and then it could be like an introduction to your little world. So I thought that was cool. So this is just like, again, like an inspiration page of something that I thought of when I was flipping through. All right, so 50 safari miniatures. We have the turtles and them stacked up with the signs. They just made me think of the signs in Wonderland. This way, that way, go back, you know, do not enter, whatever. And then adding like little mome rafts around the turtles. Don't step on the mome rafts. So you could even put that in the sign and have mome rafts all around. That would be so cute. Oh my gosh, I might do that. So that made me think of that. And then the other one was the flamingos. So here we have some flamingos to color if you were interested in any of the other flamingos that I showed. I'm gonna flag this page. And next up, 50 jungle miniatures. This one was a really neat page to come across because it really just made me think of the door that Alice would walk through when she's entering into Wonderland. And this is something that you could alter. So say this is you coming into your Wonderland. What would you add to this page? What would be in your Wonderland? So you could have it like creeping up behind the bushes here, or you could white out something and have it front and center here. Add some stickers or whatever you want to come through the door and welcome yourself to what kind of Wonderland would be on the other side. So this page was really neat to come across. All right, Dreamland by Renata Krosick. This is just absolutely stunning. So Dreamland is very much like Wonderland, and the pages in here are just very whimsical, and anytime I see a girl on one of these pages, I think of Alice. She has some pages in here specifically, even like this one. So they have party hats on with balloons. Could be an unbirthday party. And yeah, lots of balloons, party hats, and girls in the forest. You know, so it really, really makes me think of a Wonderland. You have mushrooms, all sorts of things happening in this book, and there were two scenes in particular. Here you have teacups and roses, so that would work for some of the prompts. That's like another good chaos coloring page. I did one in here already. You might see it if I flip to it. I am kind of flipping to all the pages. More balloons, a little girl. So here, this is like another unbirthday. They have their party hats on, and they're amongst all these wishes everywhere. So that is so fun. I love that. And then I think there was one more. Here's another one. Even if you stumble across a wreath, you could insert a Wonderland inside any wreath that you find on any page. So that's another idea. There we have the mushrooms, sneak peek, boop. And then this girl here. So this is another one that made me think of giant Alice with her party hat on. So that was really cool to see. So yeah, Dreamland, very much like Wonderland. Umbrella. Umbrella is a prompt for bingo. So yeah, that's just a really good book to flip through just for inspiration or coloring a page for Wonderland. All right, this book here, we're really gonna stretch things out. we're going into Fantasyland in Fantastic Worlds. This is by Alessandra Fusi, and the pages that I picked for this one are this one here. Should I zoom you out? Give me a second. All right. We're zoomed out. Okay, so this definitely made me think of Alice in Wonderland. Here she is. She's smaller than a mushroom, unless they're really, really big mushrooms. So that just makes me think she's little. And here's a door with the keyhole. So we do have some prompts on here, and it just makes it look very Wonderland-like. So this could be another page. There's plenty of room to add stickers or collages or whatever you want to alter this to turn it into your own Wonderland scene. So that one was really fun to find. And then this one, this is a stretch, and this is like one of my story time pages, okay? I have a couple of them coming. So this is just making me think of, it would be the Queen of Hearts' daughter, and she's passing the crown down to her daughter. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a really cool idea. So it's like the Queen of Hearts passing the crown down. So this is the new Queen of Hearts for Wonderland. So if we're altering our own pages, who would this new Queen of your land be? Which should be the Queen of Bubbles. I don't know. So that was just a really cool one to come across. And then this one here, I flagged it for the roses and the crown. Again, you could do some altering, but I don't know specifically what you would do. So it's your turn to come up with something. But the roses and the crown just made me flag it. Once again, because I couldn't find many crowns in a lot of different books. Hannah Carlson has a lot of crowns. She does crowns a lot. So she's a good place to go for crowns. But yeah, I just tagged this page as well for the roses and the crown. And Johanna Basford is just excellent for a magical world. She has just so many different things that you could alter or turn into, or just prompts galore. But I did choose this one here. So I think it was just this page because of the crown. We have crown, and then we have a heart on the bottle, on the bag here, and then we have a bottle over here that you could tag that says drink me. And then throughout the vines, because there are already other things on the vines, you could also alter your favorite things on the vine to turn it into what would be in your Wonderland. So if you really like cats, if cats are your favorite animal, you could include like a little cat face, or your favorite food, or make it your favorite color, or whatever you would want to add to this page. I think it would work really well because there are already things on the vines. So that would be neat. But yeah, there are a lot of different pages all throughout this book that could be turned into a Wonderland. Again, going off the idea of drawing in a keyhole and popping your head through to see what would be on the other side. Do you want to live in an empire on a flower? You never know. So just so many different things throughout her books that you could think of. I have Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford, and I picked this one. I think this would be a really neat take to alter a world into your favorite video game. So if your Wonderland would be loosely inspired by what would this be? Like Mario or something. I don't know. If you're just like really obsessed with a certain video game and you come across a page that makes you think of that or inspired by that, you could turn it into that game. So you could have the box with the question mark on it floating everywhere. You know what I'm talking about from Mario? I don't really play it myself, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you could just include a whole bunch of different things. And this is the double page that made me think of that. Like, oh, yeah, you could take inspiration off of anything, anywhere. It's just so fun. And then this one, I think I just flagged this one for the cat, Cheshire Cat, you know, with the mushrooms. So that would be fun to color. And then this one here, I think, again, I thought any wreath could help you just color something simple and then put a collage of something, like glue down, kind of like scrapbooking or I guess that's it. Collaging, scrapbooking, or putting stickers inside the wreath of your favorite things to be what would your Wonderland be like, and that would count for your altered page. And then this one here, I thought this one was really cool idea. Maybe your Wonderland was always wanting to live in a tree house, you know? So we have this castle in a tree, and that would be your idea of the perfect world. So yeah, whatever it is, whatever you can imagine. All right, we are getting to the bottom of the pile, and thank goodness, because my voice is definitely struggling right now. So Johanna Basford, Rooms of Wonder, another great one to be inspired. So I specifically chose this page because we colorists are very into our crafty world, our crafty nature, and for a lot of us, this is our happy place. So I flagged this page because this can be your Wonderland. You'd have to alter it somehow, some way. So if you wanted to put like a stack of coloring books, or maybe the bamboo stack of alcohol markers, or whatever it is, whatever you wanted to add to this room to make it a little bit more like your coloring space and alter it in that way, it would be your Wonderland. So I thought that was really fun. And this one here, so this one has a lot of the prompts on it. Book, we have the bottles for the drink me, we have mushrooms over here, and I thought there was more, maybe there's not. And on a lot of pages you could draw in a caterpillar. Like I see a snail here, you could draw in a caterpillar and it would count if you color it. I'm a little off here. But yeah, I thought this one was really cool. Because once again, maybe a lot of us are bookworms, right? So you could alter like a little person sticking themselves in the books, and your Wonderland would be you being a bookworm, literally, and living on a shelf of books. Oh, here's a crown. That's another prompt. I knew there was another one. But yeah, I just thought of that. I was like, you know what? A lot of us like our books as well. We all enjoy like the crafty side of life, and I just thought including yourself in between some books would be really cool. So that would be a good one to alter on birthday party, possibly. Yeah, so a lot of things that you could do in Johanna Basford's books. Next up is Manga Mania. I think it's manga. Could be manga. I think it's manga. Christopher Hart. I flagged a whole bunch here. There was a lot going on in this book. There are a lot of things that you could turn into Wonderland here. So let's see if I remember. Okay, so here. The space one. If you don't even want your Wonderland to be part of this world at all, you could have it in space. So I thought of that with all the space timber that just happened last month, and how many people would really want this as their Wonderland. So you could color this and alter it with your favorite things in the picture, and that would be your Wonderland. This one here, oh my gosh, that's Alice, right? It has to be. So she does have wings, but she's got little rabbits here giving her presents, happy birthday, and she's just got the card symbols going down. It's very Alice-like. So there were so many pages that made me think of Alice in this book, but here we can have an unhappy birthday party. Or happy unbirthday. I guess you would put un right here. Happy unbirthday. Yes, not unhappy. But this one definitely works. Why did I flag this one? Oh, I think it was if your Wonderland had a bunch of different Pokemon-like creatures in it. So because of all these little creatures around the girl, I was like, that is another great idea for a Wonderland, to have all your favorite Pokemon all around you. So again, with the stickers, you could put a whole bunch of different Pokemon that you like on this page after you color it in, and that would be your Wonderland. This one here, okay, this is story time. When I saw this page, I thought of it as, so in Alice in Wonderland, Alice falls asleep, and that's how the story of Wonderland happens, in her dream. But what if Wonderland was actually just a girl playing with her dolls? So when I saw this queen and this cat, I thought it was just such a cool setup for her as a little girl. Like, she's a bit old to be playing with dolls. But maybe when she was a little girl, these were her toys, and she played the Queen of Hearts and the Cheshire Cat, and that's where the story came from, instead of a girl that fell asleep. So I thought that was really cool. I like that idea. So to color her as the Queen of Hearts and the Cheshire Cat, and just have this girl be like, yeah, actually, this is how Wonderland happened. I thought that was cool. This one here has the playing cards on her dress, so I did flag that one. And then this one here, this one was inspired by mainly the live action version of Alice in Wonderland, where she has to slay the Jabberwocky. So I just flagged this. It doesn't really go with any prompt at all, but it does. It's like part of the story. So she's here to slay the Jabberwocky, and then this could be like the Queen of Hearts. Here's a bunch of roses. So we have one prompt over here. You could put a crown on her head. You could put hearts going down her dress. That would be really cool. And it could just be like a really like evil side, like all reds and blacks over here. And then like a positive enlightening side of like blues and yellows for Alice. And have them like clash in the middle. That would be really cool. And then this one here. So this one I thought of being like the, hear me out, just wait for it. Like the daughter of Alice, maybe. So this one's the daughter of Alice, and on the wall of her mother's house are the pictures of Alice's adventures in Wonderland. So we have like her going through the story of the roses. I know there's a dog in the story somewhere. We had the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. We have the white rabbit. We have the Cheshire Cat, or it could be Dinah. And then there's a horse here for the, you know, the knave that rides on his horse. And then here she's holding a book, and it just says book of, and then it could be a book of a Wonderland that her mom wrote. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought of when I saw this page. So that was really cool. All right, moving on, I have the Circle of Life. So this one here I flagged because I thought it was a good open space to have a Wonderland. If you're somebody who, you know, has heat flashes all the time, maybe your Wonderland is in a very cold atmosphere. So this is what you would want your Wonderland to look like. So there's that for you. And then this one here, I thought of a seasonal person. If you absolutely adore and love the fall, like this could be an entrance into a fall Wonderland, where at all times in your Wonderland, it is always fall. So you could turn that into a story and make that your Wonderland. And then I did tag this for the flamingos. So you got flamingos there. Maybe you're a person who's cold all the time and you want to be somewhere tropical for your Wonderland. So that would work too. Last couple books here. Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosannes. I did flag this for the crowns. And that's it. And then I have flamingos here. So that's really cool. But I do also want to mention, of course, that Worlds Within Worlds is basically like a Wonderland story. Wonderland is a world within our own. So here are just a whole bunch of other worlds in other worlds in other worlds. So this is like a whole book of different Wonderlands. So you could use this as inspiration. Look at all these different ways that a land has been created off of leaves inside of flowers, just so many different takes on where a world could take place. So definitely a great book to flip through and get inspired. Same goes for Wondermorphia. I think it's just another great book for lots of wonder. So he's really good at creating and twisting scenes into something else. So again, it's just another book to come to for inspiration. Here we have a crown with a rosebush, so that's 2 prompts there to check off. So still stuff. Oh, that's a whip. Sneak peek. But yeah, so there are lots of different ways to just be inspired in his work, for sure. He's just absolutely amazing in what he comes up with. So there's that one. And then Dragon Spell, this is the last one that I have to show you. This is by Joseph Kattenbang. And this one here, this made me think of Alice after she slayed the Jabberwocky. So you can make him even more evil than he does here as a skeleton. But yeah, it just made me think of Alice sitting here after she slayed the Jabberwocky. She's reading a book and she's got the rabbits of Wonderland around her. So that's more of like a story for like an alternate story or an after story to Alice in Wonderland. So many different things that you can get inspired by, so many things that you could color. And if you're not a good drawer, like I said throughout this video, you could definitely do a whole bunch of collaging. You could do stickers. You can do whatever you want for the Create Your Wonderland hashtag to alter a coloring page into your own Wonderland. But I'm just so thrilled and excited for this month of November to come, for the November Mad Tea Party of 2025. There are so many things to get into. Make sure, again, that you're subscribed to all the hosts, Julianne Annette Art, Crafting Mama Bear, and Finding Joy in Color here on YouTube and Instagram. We will be obsessively talking about this all throughout November, I'm sure. So welcome on in to Wonderland, your Wonderland. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you guys all have a great and colorful day. Bye.